Johnny Mac, ladies. Cooking with Johnny Mac is back, and I'm Johnny Mac. And Shawnee Love's in the house, and we got great couple shows coming up. One is Jelly Doughnuts. Now, there's a lot of funny stuff about Jelly Doughnuts. One is if you take a big bite, the jelly squeezes out and goes on your dress shirt at work, and then you look like a complete loser, and I've done that, guilty of that. So what I usually do when I eat a Jelly Donut is I kind of hide because I do have a belly, and when you eat something fatty or you shouldn't, people make assumptions, when you walk by in the street. And I've done it before. Done it too when I was skinny. I used to look at heavier people eating something, and I'd be like, why are they eating that? But we all take care of our stress in a different way, and one of the ways I do it now is I stress eat because I don't party anymore, and I miss drinking, I miss all of that. So my addictions just kind of go from one category to another, and that's why I'm Johnny Mac. Okay, back after this.
What are you doing here? Johnny boy, what'd I tell you? No donuts, no butter, no bacon. Come on, I'm a doctor. Gynecological.
I took the egg yolk and the egg, and I'm mixing that just a little bit. And then I'm gonna dump in the yeast. And I'm gonna mix that in. The yeast and the milk, the warm milk. We want to use a little warm milk here. I tempered that to 105 degrees, okay? Don't go over that. And the other thing I'm gonna add right now is the butter. So this is 5 tablespoons of butter. Like I said, I'm using salted butter because, I like it. And instead of using salt in a recipe, I cut the salt out and I'm just using salted butter. And so what you want to do here, folks, is just slowly whip this liquid's a little warm. So I'm just going to slowly whisk this butter in and come back after this and we'll finish this. So I have my wet mix here with my yeast, warm milk, and I'm just going to hand mix it. I was going to put it in the machine, but I'm just going to hand mix it. So sometimes people, you got to get your hands in there. Okay, capiche? This is what it kind of looks like. It's a little rough. We're gonna smooth it out on the next mix. So what I do here is I'm gonna lightly grease this pan, right? And that's what we're gonna do, lightly grease it so we don't get any stick. And it's gonna sit here for 2 hours. I mean 1 hour, sorry. 1 hour, correction, 1 hour, right? So it's lightly greased, right? And I'm actually gonna put a little more in there. And it's going to triple in size. It's going to proof. There's a lot of yeast in here. This is a yeast donut, which I kind of like yeast donuts because they're light and airy, You cover with this. You're going to cover this with plastic wrap, and we're going to let it grow. We're going to keep it in a warm spot, and we're going to let it rise for about an hour, and we'll come back and finish it. Okay, folks, welcome back to Cooking with Johnny Mac. Obviously, I'm alone. This is my apartment. Sean bailed. He has a date. So I'm going to finish these jelly donuts. We tried to do too much today, but just bear with me because I'm going to be in and out. But I let the dough sit for about an hour and a half until it tripled its size. I punched it down and I rolled it out. It calls to knead the dough like about 7-8 times, which I did, and it kind of made it nice and smooth. So I'll be back to roll this out and then I'm going to cut the donuts out. And then what we're going to do is going to stuff the jelly in there, and then that has to rest again for another 40 minutes, once they're in the donut form. So stay tuned. Johnny Mac's back here. So I laid out the flour, the jelly donut flour, the dough, the jelly donut dough, and it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. And you kind of want to square it off a little bit. Now I'm going to punch out the donut sizes and fill them with jelly. I'll show you how that's done right after this. Welcome back to Cooking with Johnny Mac. I'm not going to lie to you. Tonight was a fucking disaster with these donuts, but they came out okay. I had to skip a couple of segments, which this is the finished product, by the way. And finally alone with my jelly donut. Nobody can get up my apartment to see me. Have a good night. Thanks for watching Cooking with Johnny Mac.